This is Dr. Chris and Pam's review of Oculus. I had a chance to see it. Pam, I didn't have a chance to see it.
I didn't have a chance to see it. Why
but she didn't miss much.
Oh no, that bad?
It was that bad. It's about this family destroyed because of a mirror that it is so vague, it doesn't explain why the family has been destroyed by the mirror. The mirror is just evil. When the younger brother gets out of the insane asylum, he's in the insane asylum because he killed their father after their father killed their mother and tried to kill them.
Seems reasonable.
Karen Gillan wearing a wig.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, she is definitely wearing a wig in this movie because she is excuse me, Nebula in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Nebulous. She's Thanos' adopted granddaughter because they revealed that Thanos killed her and Gamora's family.
No hair, don't care.
Yeah.
Right on.
So anyway, Oculus, the new film from the people who made Insidious and Paranormal Activity, because the only type of movie Hollywood seems to be able to make these days is paranormal films, Satan films. That's it.
I liked Insidious too. I didn't see Insidious 1, but I saw Insidious 2.
Still haven't seen Insidious 1?
I haven't, because we saw Insidious 2 and I was like, well, that about sums it up.
No, you gotta see Insidious 1. I think Insidious 1 is not any better or worse than the first one.
I liked Insidious 2 because, I mean, while the overall plot didn't mean anything to me because I don't think any of this stuff can happen, I don't care about paranormal stuff. There are a lot of, like, everyone's always talking about the difference between everyday horrors of, like, some maniac coming out of nowhere with a weapon, or you have these female, like, rape revenge movies, like, real stuff that might actually happen. I don't really
like
care
American
about
Mary.
ghosts. I just don't care about ghosts. But I saw Insidious 2, and where the overall plot didn't get me, there were some genuinely surprising, like, jump out of your seat directed moments. Was there any of that in Oculus?
No, none whatsoever. I mean, there's some creepy imagery, and all of the possessed demon people or evil people who have turned bad. Again, it's not explained. I mean, I'm dead serious. They do not explain shit in this movie. They all have, like, silver out glowing eyes. Nothing scary about that.
No, that's weird.
Blacked out eyes, completely whited out eyes. Whited out eyes are really scary. So anyway, long story short, the brother and sister are teamed back up. They go to the house where their parents killed, where all the bad shit happened. They bring the mirror with them, and they plan to record everything in the mirror to prove that there is supernatural forces. They keep flashing back to the past, leading up to when the family moved in. Family has the mirror. The mirror is beginning to take people over. The mirror corrupting the dad. He's like falling apart. The mirror apparently eats dogs because the dog disappears, and then Karen Gillan says the mirror ate the dog. And in fact, she even has a dog that she doesn't even name, that she opens its cage up and bolts it to the mirror so the mirror will eat the dog to prove that the mirror eats the dog. But the brother lets the dog go because he's like, no, that's animal cruelty. But the plants everywhere in the house are dying due to the radius of the evil coming from the mirror. She's able to figure out how wide the range is of evil from the mirror. Again,
see, that's mildly interesting. I can get behind that.
She's pulling up paperwork saying, okay, the mirror dates back to 1792 or something like that. But there's no origin of the mirror. She even says that there's nothing beyond that to tell where the mirror came from, who made it or anything. Oculus is based on 3 short films that have been at like the Toronto Film Fest and Fright Fest and so on and so forth, and they're all about like the main character who lost his entire family trying to find out the origin of the mirror. And in the short films posters, I haven't seen the short films, but all the posters for the short films, they have the exact same type of mirror that's in the movie. Okay. So they obviously decided to take these short films and make it into a big movie. They don't explain anything, and then long story short, spoiler alert, Karen Gillan gets it right in the face.
And there are a lot of, well, before we side note, there's...
like that.
Yeah, there's
because they have a device set up to smash the mirror, and she's standing right in front of it.
Weird.
That whole scene where she's biting the glass.
Yeah, the
that doesn't even
light bulb.
happen. Yeah.
She doesn't eat the light bulb?
It's all in her head.
Ah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of
she's like coughing up so much blood. She probably should have died, but next thing you know, her brother's standing there, and he's like, "What?" And she's pulling pieces of apple out of her mouth.
Yeah.
But the amount of blood that's in her mouth.
Would have choked her to death.
Yeah, she probably would have choked to death on her own blood. She does kill her husband.
Okay.
She slits his throat open, not thinking that
he's
it's
possessed or something.
No, she's just creeped out. Somebody's behind her, and then she whirls around, slits his throat, and then she's like, trying to, oh my god, it's not real, he'll be okay. No, he's dead. And then the brother is blamed for it all at the end of the movie.
Wah-wah.
This movie was really a lot of people went to this movie pissed at the end. They were like, oh. And then, of course, the friends I was with were like, worst ending ever. I hate this because Karen died.
So, a lot of, like, movies and TV shows we've been watching, well, not a lot that we've been watching, but a lot over the years, have been kind of centered around mirrors. Like, there was a lot of imagery with mirrors in Sleepy Hollow, the TV show that we were watching.
Kiefer Sutherland's mirrors.
Demons could come in through the mirror, so if the mirror was broken, that means a demon came through it. You have the whole, like, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
They had a movie about that, too.
Yeah. So,
Legend 3, Bloody Mary.
There are a lot of legends about mirrors. Vampires don't have a reflection mirror. So I think it's kind of interesting that the artifact was a mirror. But other than that, I think this is boring as hell, boring as hell, boring as hell.
The trailer looked really cool. The new trailer, the next horror movie coming out is again another kind of paranormal reflection of or summoning spirits or stuff that's not quite explained. The Quiet Ones by Hammer Films, based on a true story. I don't want to say anything about that until it actually comes out because, again, I'm really excited because it's a Hammer movie, but again, a trailer shows you the good stuff. And then you go see the movie, it's complete crap.
But I'm kind of bummed out you didn't like this one, because there were some big names. You had Amy Pond from Doctor Who, like...
expecting the Doctor to save her halfway through the movie every 5 minutes.
I know, the TARDIS didn't show up and whisk her away.
Did they do the time travel thing?
Rory?
They do, like, the flashy lights thing, and they had, like, there was so many times that you could expect the Doctor to show up in the TARDIS, to stop, and he'd be like waving the sonic screwdriver at the mirror. Oh, what do we have here? Like he would to inspect it. You know what I mean? It totally could have been like Amy Powell's like long lost brother that the Doctor didn't know about because he had been locked up in an insane asylum. Oh, there's like cracks in the wall, the cracks in reality. There's so many times this could have been an episode of Doctor Who. But it was just a bad horror movie, and Karen Gillan cannot figure out if she needs to use her Scottish accent or not.
Oh,
every 5 minutes, she's either got it or she doesn't. And the girl who plays her younger self was not her sister. Like a lot of people thought, the younger version of her was going to be played by her sister. Katie Sackhoff was okay as the mom. She's pulling her teeth out and everything, and that's kind of gross, and eating pieces of plate.
I do love Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah, she's got some, she really doesn't have much to do in the movie until she becomes evil. She's just kind of like the wife who thinks her husband's cheating on her because the kids keep seeing her husband with a woman they can't identify and happens to be a former...
incarnation from the mirror.
Yep, former dead ghost from the mirror. Yep.
Well, that's a creep show.
Yep. And,
who
it
would
shouldn't
like
have been rated R either. It should have been rated PG-13.
Who would like it?
Maybe Doctor Who fans, but again, Karen does die at the end.
But only because of the names. So you think this just, like, see it because your friends from TV are in it?
Pretty much.
What would you rate it overall? How many stars?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
3, 2. Maybe 2, 3 is very generous, and 2 is probably honest.
Alright.
So, go see it at your own risk. It's the only thing you get coming out till The Quiet Ones, and then after The Quiet Ones, there's nothing coming out in horror until
probably October.
Godzilla comes out. The real king of horror returns. That's the reason why Godzilla is called the king of the monsters. Yes, Godzilla. So, Oculus, see it, love it, hate it. I'm Dr. Chris with Radio Horror.
Peace out, Cub Scout.